together we can make something. Any place is better. Start from zero, got nothing to lose. But maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to lose. I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, felt like I was drunk. City lights raced out before us, and your arms felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And life is a highway.
I don't know why it's an off-ramp exactly, but we tried to come up with a very generic, sort of uninspiring name that like described something completely everyday and ordinary. So because we wanted the band to be not flashy at all, and so what's the most like mundane thing we could think of that like everyone has experience with, and so I guess that would be an off-ramp. I have no idea why we're obsessed with cars, but we also talk a lot about cars, so. I don't know, what's the reason?
No,
I can't think of a
so eloquent. It's perfectly on point. It's just,
great.
we're just idiots.
I know, I've never, like, we're just dumb.
I had been doing improv for about 3 years at that point, and I had had a long history of doing music growing up, and I really wanted to figure out a way to like merge comedy and music in a bigger way other than just doing musical improv. And so I remember texting with Matt one day asking like, what do you think about the idea of doing like a comedy band or something?
It actually works because we can just leave with this space.
I remember when Emily actually pitched it to me, I was like, okay, we can try this out for a while, but it's not gonna last. But then I think like our first rehearsal, it was clear like, oh, we actually might be able to make good music that's funny. And then especially when we brought on Conor, I was like, oh, we're a full band.
But I could definitely work on that.
So
Does
we
anyone
should
else
work on
bounce
that.
anything else though?
I have music for
Matt
a
has
song.
music, and I have 2 song ideas, but I haven't thought of anything else for them yet. So we can talk through that if we want to.
All right. Well,
I've been in like bands since I was like maybe 12 or 13, and doing the idea of something like that was just a joke band where all of our songs we take ourselves so seriously. I loved the idea of that, and I thought it would be super fun.
Every type of ballroom dance. As long as I remember, I've taken his advice like the best barb around. Oh, how to get rid of lice.
that's as far as I got.
We gotta harmonize that, brother.
I was just gonna say.
I wanted to.
My background in music is I played in bands full time when I was younger. I dropped out of high school to tour with my band at the time, and I toured from when I was 16 till I was 23. But most of the time, some of my favorite moments of that whole time in my life was in between songs when I could like say something or get a laugh out of the crowd. So when I stopped playing music and I got into improv, it was a real nice change for me. I really loved it, but I missed playing music. So off-ramp really satisfies almost everything I look for in performance.
Songs at the window, she is having a crisis, cause she reported our neighbor as a member of ISIS. Puck of feet on the ground, he's our basset hound. The vet has been begging to get him put down. My cousin's a doctor, always healing the sick, but she got caught sucking her brother's. Whoa! Things we don't say when we talk around the house.
They're super clever, and most of what we see musically within the scene is like improvised music, which is good, but there's formats around it that make it really easy to do. Like anyone can do it if you know like the basic structure, whereas what they're doing is actually making really well-structured, complex songs funny.
I was surprised because they probably didn't need to be that musically talented to do what they needed to do, but they're all very good singers.
They have such a cool energy. I just love the whole vibe of their group, and they're really talented, but they also make me laugh a lot. So it's a great combo.
They have singing chops, but they also have comedy chops, and they blend it together in a really fun way.
And you couldn't say we're a genre. We're a comedy band, and that's about as the only box you could really put us in, because our songs vary from such different genres.
One was just a list of things that I like that I've started, like a baker who always knows your name, like just like very simple pleasure type things, but I haven't conceptualized that. And then the other one was the idea.
The song is about simple pleasures.
Yeah, like I was thinking of it being like kind of a surf pop kind of song, like these are the things that I like, ooh,
Yeah,
these are the things that and it's just like these weird but like banal like things that I like a really good pen, and then the other one, this is probably too snarky for us, but that I was thinking of was like something that's really been pissing me off lately is the.
What's the things you don't like?
Well, it's like everyone's complaining. Everyone's like, so-and-so's Hitler, Donald Trump's Hitler. But every time there's election, they're like, George Bush is Hitler. So the concept
like
of
a
like
Hitler
everyone is Hitler.
Like we were just making like these dumb songs or something. It was like actually like, okay, what's this like chord structure gonna sound like? Or, like what's this, like how can we make this part better? Should we do harmony? Like these actual questions you hear in bands that were like applying to these ridiculous songs.
You're all Hitler, you. What's that?
I think
I like the first one.
Yeah,
I was like,
You Hitler. Yeah, we just have to sing it like.
What I would say to someone who's never seen Off-Ramp before is get ready to giggle and be amazed because their songs are so great and they're so fun to watch.
There's a certain element to this writing with these guys that we write about things that are very not like just like relatable in a way, but like we find humor in really simple things.
On my way
yeah, I'm always
to
good.
meet a girl. I forgot my map of the world.
Musicals inspire me. So in high school and college, I did a lot of both. I was in bands and did a lot of musical theater, and I've been listening to a lot more musicals lately because there's something about singing a song in character that we do that most bands don't do.
Then you're gonna see me every day. But until then, I'm proud as hell to say that I'm your substitute teacher.
It doesn't matter. The third line
Kind
could
of
be
an explanation behind that.
right.
So my brother, he gets from A to B. My brother, and also C to D.
I can't believe that's a line. I love it. I love it
think
too.
I like the and then
From C to D.
because it's like A to B and then C to D. Growing up, I always liked writing songs on the guitar or piano, and as I was getting older, I'd keep trying to write songs, but it always felt just a little like, like, oh, I'm so sad this person broke up with me. Like I was just bored of trying to write those kinds of like emotionally intense songs. And to me, what's more important and what's more fun is to write songs that are funny and real.
Yeah. Those are the beats. We have to get to those like chokes where.
You right.
I'm at the stop.
You drive right past.
Oh.
You see my face.
We made eye contact.
We made eye contact.
So the first song I wrote for Off-Ramp was actually not originally intended to be a comedic song. I started writing it and the first lines are like, why are you always coming around just when I'm forgetting you? And it was going to be about like a guy or something. And then I was like, you know what? I'm already bored by this.
My tummy hurts, my tummy hurts, my tummy hurts. Limo stuck in traffic, I'm in my wedding gown. I ate one piece of cheese, now white is turned to brown. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, now I pronounce you man and
I really enjoyed their super cool, chill, like nothing affects us attitude the second they got on stage.
I think, especially for comedy audiences, it's a real twist for them because so much of comedy is like high energy and the host is like, welcome to the stage, Off-Ramp, and then we come out and we're just like adjusting our instruments and we slowly like walk on and people are kind of like, what's going on, like who are these people? And I actually think that causes them to lean in a little bit more because we're so at ease in that sort of quiet the sort of low energy mood, and then when the songs pick up, that's when we kind of hit them with like our excitement about the music.
We're off ramp. Everybody give it up for Quezzy.
We picture it as we're like people who have lived in the same town for 30 years, and they're just these like people who just want to like hang out, and they really love music, and they just play at their local pub every Friday night, and that to them is like the pinnacle of a music experience, right? And it's so important to them, and even though it seems a little mundane maybe to other people, to them it just means so much.
Or X-ray eyes, no, I'd be more practical. I've got a coupon every time we go to Panera. If your hands are feeling dry, I've got aloe vera. It may not save the world's water supply. I'm not a superhero, but I'm a super guy. I'm a super guy.
I think they're all just really nice, genuinely good people, and if you get a chance to hang out with them, you should.
They're all delightful people, so I think that they're great, and I hope they do well.
They're great, and I want them to record a CD.
I would love to see them perform at a lot more shows and eventually get to like a regular performance schedule, because they have such a good brand and such a good vibe about the whole group that yeah, something like a concert, like a big event, I would love it. I would love to go see that.
When it comes to our goals as a band, we have a lot that we want to do. Playing just more shows in general. We want to play like a music open mic without saying that we're a comedy band, just to kind of see what happens there. We want to record some of these songs. It's definitely on the docket. Make videos. I would say we also want to make a website and make it very like look legitimate, like we're this band that plays real music kind of a thing. And on top of that, I think just writing more as well is one thing that we want to write more songs. We have a good amount now, but just like any band, I think we definitely want to see ourselves grow in terms of how we write and how we perform, and see where it goes.
Hell yeah, I think they're gonna make it big. I don't know. I hope so. That would be really cool.
I think they'll make people happy. I don't know if they're gonna quit their jobs, but who would? I mean, if you can make someone happy, then you've made it. So yes, they'll make it big.
I don't think they'll make it big because they're really niche. I think that would be a weird thing to see. And I don't think they're trying to make it big. So that probably has an impact on if they make it big.
I would pay up to $13.99 for an off-ramp CD today before tax.
Life is an off-ramp. I'm gonna merge into your lane. If you're coming my way, I am in the wrong lane. Life is an off-ramp. I'm gonna merge into your lane. If you're coming my way, I am in the wrong lane.
Thank you, we've been off ramp.